hope y'all ready because this is about Legos and how they made. So we just cruising through. We driving down the strip because one thing about y'all, we gonna heat them up and beat them up because y'all gotta be woken up. Like nobody else gives a fuck that y'all work hard in that matrix. Y'all like to work hard. Y'all like to listen to niggas like 32 about planets. That's not there. Look at all this shit. Peanut butter, how it's made. Basketballs. Like we could fix any of these niggas up real quick. Whoever y'all want. Mirrors, we could fix them up. Real good. But let's run in.
Pipes suck the granules out of the silos on
Nobody cares that y'all sleep.
their way to be melted down, molded into bricks, and then built
Remember, I give a fuck.
into spaceships, castles, and farmyard animals.
Since he want to talk about animals, we're going to check some of them out.
In this hall, there are over 1,000 machines making the bricks 24 hours a day. But there's not a single person in sight. The machines melt the granules at 200 machines.
You heard that? If these shits can make Legos on their own, I told you, they got machines that can replace your jobs. Y'all supposed to been, as the machines evolve, y'all supposed to been evolved from working. Y'all supposed to be using your inner tools.
Making the bricks 24 hours a day. But there's not a single person in sight.
You hear that? Not a single person in sight. All that shit is going on its own. Everybody buy Legos all the time.
Machines melt the granules at 232 degrees Celsius, shape them, cool them down, and then spit them out into the containers below, all in under 10 seconds. This rapid process helps Lego to make 1.7 million bricks every hour.
1.7 million bricks every hour. Whoa.
That adds up to an enormous 15 billion a year.
15 billion a year. That's my example right there. If they're doing that, just Lego, what about every brand in the world? Like, I'm talking about every toy brand, like Barbie, everybody. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then you got all the cleaning products like Clorox, everything else. Like, man, that's crazy to think about.
Factory is almost completely automated. When a container is full, a robotic car collects it and takes it to the
Told you, nobody's there, mind that.
Storage hall.
You think they need people to drive shit around in there? That's what I'm saying. They don't need y'all. Y'all supposed to have been exited the matrix. Y'all don't need to be working in warehouses. Just quit your job.
In the vast hall, another automated system takes each crate to its specified shelf.
Just say mag on there. Shout out. Bam! It's coded.
But Lego isn't just a bunch of plastic bricks. The world of Lego is populated.
It looked like out of all of the millions and millions that they make, they only need about 3 people to just check on this whole place. So imagine if they was making millions and millions of dollars, shit, 5 people got to split that?
With all kinds of tiny people.
Why you think rich people be getting rich?
This machine spits out 15,000 heads an hour. A rubber stamp gives the heads a face. Smiles for the good guys. Scowls for the baddies.
You see how they got the machines doing all that? I know it don't seem like very complicated. It's not like making jewelry, but you know, it's still doing it on its own.
The bodies are made and painted just like the heads, and this is where they'll be joined together. Firemen will get their uniforms, knights don their armour, and pirates will be given their plastic wooden legs.
That's what I'm saying. Most of the free land that is in China, even though China got a lot of people, they got a lot of free land. I'm sure it's lands where it's just factories of just different brands. Like, I'm sure.
You might not recognize this well-known character at the moment, but all will be revealed. When a camera spots a school uniform the wrong way round, the body is ejected by a blast of air to come round again. As the heads and bodies are attached, a Lego Harry Potter appears.
See, and then Lego teams up with other big known companies. Harry Potter.
In another part of the factory, a designer has got the job of thinking up yet another new way to put the bricks together. The boffins have worked out that with just 6 regular bricks, there are over 900 million combinations. So he's got no excuses for drawing a blank.
Wow, 900 million combinations, that's crazy.
But box sets are small potatoes compared to the huge...
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Rafael Vargas and I run a multi-million-dollar real estate investment company based right.
It's hard not to wax lyrical about crayons. They were invented in America in 1903, when a non-toxic version was created.
1903. I told you, the machines that they had them before then.
From the basic wax crayon already used for marking crates
Since y'all had these in 1903, let's see how y'all make these.
and barrels. We take a look at how colour is added to childhood.
They had us in love with these things, and they got the nerve to put the rose art ones. Like, we ain't all have the Crayola. They programmed us with them shits. Even though it's a beautiful thing, it's art.
These crayons are made from a combination of waxes, primarily paraffin, which is ideal because it's inexpensive and easy to melt. It also has what's called a nice rub-off.
That shit look like, oh wow.
Meaning it leaves enough wax on the paper.
I believe they got drugs inside the crayons.
The wax is melted to 62 degrees Celsius. Then a secret powder is added to strengthen the crayon.
Didn't I just say they put drugs in it? That's a secret powder to strengthen it.
And act as a filler.
So when I'm sitting there scribbling that fucking paper and coloring, this is what's going in the air? That's fucking crazy. And then they got the nerve to show you some shit on the news that look like anthrax. Like that. Are you fucking kidding me?
Boosting the number of crayons the wax will produce. Various synthetic
Told you, they found a way to kill us since birth.
chemicals
They just like to do it slowly so y'all could be in the matrix working, and you still got to be a fucking battery. You get it?
are also added. There's one to keep the wax from sticking to the mould, and a fatty acid called stearic acid to improve the rub-off. Now the wax is tinted. In this case, the addition of yellow and red produces orange crayons. This factory can produce 127 different colours. Every ingredient in the crayon is non-toxic. After adding more wax, the mixture is blended for about 45 minutes. Now the wax is pumped into this device, called a rotary machine.
All right, so far I'm seeing 75% machines doing the work. So they had crayons since 1903, so come on.
It first injects the wax into crayon-shaped molds. Then, it envelops the molds in cool water, hardening the wax within 60 seconds. As the molds continue along the circuit, a blade scrapes off the excess, which gets recycled. Just one rotary machine molds more than 2,700 crayons per cycle. With several
So what, you're only showing us one color real quick?
machines operating simultaneously, this factory churns out 30,000 crayons every hour.
30,000 crayons every fucking hour. That is crazy. As you see the 223 in the corner at the bottom, and the 9 up there in orange. Wow. If that many crayons is going out, when the fuck do we have time to do anything else?
The machine ejects the crayons, and a conveyor transports them to the labeling machine. One by one, they drop into the grooves of a revolving drum. At the bottom left, glue coats the surface in between the grooves, just before the crayons go in. The machine then slaps a label onto each crayon. A roller presses the label against the adhesive. Then a small arm wraps it around the crayon. This machine labels 8,500 crayons per hour.
You heard how many per hour? Damn, and that's a machine. If they was trying to, they couldn't do that shit back in the days. Not to pump, no, that many fucking crayons. You still think they didn't have technology before the 1800s? Because everything these niggas got now, the Africans had before everybody in this world left Africa.
The crayons exit the labeling machine and land in a box. They're sorted according to color
Yeah, they land in a box, but guess what? When they landed in a box, they already had poison in them.
into the appropriate hoppers of the packing machine.
See all the different colors? That's a lot of different colors they making all at once. Wow. Not that many people working on.
The packaging line is entirely automated. The factory programs the machine to collect a certain number of crayons
Most of it is automated.
in specific colors, according to the type of pack in production. Their best sellers
They got a bunch of different package productions.
are packs of 16 and 24.
Like they might sell you a pack with all different colors or shades of red or all different color shades of green. Get it? Then they got the all color pack.
The packing machine is designed to handle the crayons gently. Occasionally, though, a crayon does crack or a label
Told you they don't need humans.
comes loose. When that
If all y'all died, they gonna have all their machines already built doing everything for nothing because they not gonna be able to use this shit.
happens, a sensor automatically stops the machine and a light goes on above the problem hopper.
Y'all are Tom. Y'all are like a chain on a bike. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the shit rolling, keeping it rolling.
The jam is cleared, then production resumes. Once the count is complete, the crayon line and the box line meet. A pushing device
These ones must got less ink or poison or whatever the fuck in them.
Special K knows only real strawberries taste this good. You can't fake delicious.
Yeah, I'm 78, plead guilty. But the advantage...
No bathroom's complete without one, and any parent will tell you that no teenager can survive without one. Mirror, mirror on the wall, how do they make you after all? Well, how it's made is about to show you. But first, let's reflect on the history of mirrors.
Let me tell you something. They gonna reflect on the history of mirrors. This whole shit is gonna be a lie. I promise you. They don't know shit about no Native Americans when they talking out their mouth.
The earliest mirrors were curved pieces of highly polished metal, such as brass or bronze. They're even mentioned in the Bible.
Yeah, they was with brass or bronze or silver, gold, or platinum. That's what I'm saying. You see how the handle is shaped like a woman's body? Because mirrors was very important back in the days. At one point, only princesses had mirrors. Nobody else could fucking look at themselves.
Then in the 14th century, the Venetians invented very crude glass mirrors that reflected off a metallic backing. They later perfected this technique using an amalgam of tin and mercury. Eventually, the secret of mirror
You hear that? They already got mercury in them.
making spread
That's poison too.
to other cities. By 1835, a German chemist developed the silver-backed mirror
German, all right.
that we know today.
You see what I'm talking about? They totally forgot about the people who really made it. I guess they ain't go far back enough.
A mirror starts out as clear glass. A robot lays each panel horizontal.
You hear this? A robot. Let me let y'all hear that one more time.
A mirror starts out as clear glass. A robot lays each panel horizontally on a conveyor belt, which transports it to the washing station. There, sprayers blast the glass with water and cerium oxide, a powder derived from a type of earth.
Why is it always a fucking powder?
Rotating brushes scrub and polish both the top and bottom surfaces, removing oils and other contaminants. This
They ain't getting out all the contaminants. That's how you know it has contaminants in it. Y'all gotta listen to what the fuck they be saying. They bluntly tell y'all, hey, this shit gonna kill you, but you know, y'all stupid.
washing
Y'all are dumb.
process takes about a minute per panel. Next, sprayers rinse the glass with piping hot demineralized water. Demineralized because the minerals in plain tap water
Demineralized.
would damage the metals they
When plain tap water will damage the metals.
apply next. As
Listen.
with piping hot demineralized water. Demineralized because the minerals in plain tap water would damage the metals they apply next. The first metal is liquefied tin, which goes on
So y'all got liquefied tin.
what will be the back of the mirror.
That'll be the back of the mirror.
It allows the second metal, silver, to adhere because silver won't stick directly to glass.
Now y'all see why it started to cost so much? Listen.
The silver is also in liquid form, mixed with a chemical activator. Within seconds of interaction,
See how many chemicals they needed for this shit? Y'all think they been had technology. See what they did was they resetted the world. Everybody's consciousness got resetted back to a fucking dumbass.
acting with the tin, it hardens. And as it does, you begin to see a reflection. It's this
Alright, so they spraying it on and they giving it a reflection.
silver backing that transforms clear glass into a mirror.
So how was they doing this shit a long time ago?
Sprayers rinse off the excess silver, which gets recycled back into the system.
Cause y'all just said they had mirrors a long time ago.
The factory will seal this silver backing with 2 coats of paint. Paint by itself, however, isn't enough to protect the silver in the long term, so they first spray on a layer of copper.
You see, they got something else that they really need. Just to think about back in the days, because you have to go get fine silver, fine copper. How's you doing this? How's you doing it? How? Fucking sitting on top of a volcano melting it?
Sprayers rinse off the excess copper.
They making it into, oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't understand. They really was using liquid silver and liquid copper. Shit is dangerous.
Then the panel passes through a dryer
No wonder they got robots, because people can't even be around that shit.
at 71 degrees Celsius. This evaporates the moisture on the surface in just 75 seconds.
That's quick. 75 seconds.
Now the panel passes copper side up through what's called the curtain coater, a machine that runs a continuous curtain of paint across the conveyor belt.
Yeah,
With its fresh coat of
that's like something, the part that's in the middle of the mirror. Like if y'all break a mirror, you see that shit in the middle. If you turn a mirror sideways.
paint, the mirror then passes through an oven heated to 99 degrees Celsius. After a minute and
99 degrees.
45 seconds, the paint is cured. Now the second coat
So there's paint inside of it too.
of paint. There's no reason for the different color other than to differentiate the coats.
That's the side of the mirror when you look at it that I'm talking about.
The curing period this time is twice as long and at a higher temperature, 118 degrees Celsius. After an acid wash to remove any metal residues, they stand the
You see that? Y'all don't know shit in life.
panel upright to inspect it. If they find a fault, such as a bubble in the glass, they cut that portion out. The factory now cuts these large panels into whatever size and shape the customer has ordered, using a special mirror cutting machine that's precision guided by computer software.
Do you see that machine?
The factory now cuts these large panels into whatever size and shape the customer has ordered, using a special mirror cutting machine that's precision guided by computer software.
Precision guided by computer software. Math is controlling it.
It scores the mirror using a carbide wheel. Carbide is a strong metal. To make round mirrors, the machine first scores the panel into squares. Then in each square, it scores
See, round ones is the trick. See, that's God. When it comes in and it started to be able to make something perfectly round, that's why y'all don't understand Leonardo.
a circle. Using special tools, workers separate the squares, then the circles.
Bitch, you see how you get to look in the mirror and look fucking sexy in the mirror because these fucking machines? You see these machines, what they do?
To make beveled
Look at that, that is crazy.
mirrors, they use what's called the shape bevel machine. First, it carves out the edge, then polishes it to a shine using concentrated cerium oxide, a stronger version of what they used earlier to clean the glass surface before plating it with metals. Mirror factories also ship whole panels to shops that do the cutting themselves. A fragile feat that's certainly not for the superstitious.